Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Apologies for the delayed start and the rubbish link, and also the background noise. It's an outside broadcast. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. My spaces wouldn't load up. Angie, I have just sent you the invite, my love. Yeah, I can
There
only
he is.
I can only apologise. I'm not sure what happened there. I think, do you know what it is? I think it's because I went to start the spaces a little bit too close to the official thing going out. I think it kind of got like I missed in transit or something weird happened. I don't know. But anyway, let me get rid of the legals out the way. Again, sorry for the background noise. Nothing discussed in this spaces session. Hang on, they're after me. They're after me. Nothing discussed on this spaces session constitutes trading or investment advice or infers any kind of endorsement by PIQ Global Limited, trading as PIQ or PIQ Suite, or indeed the hosts, which is, of course, as you know by now, the awesome Angie and the less awesome me, especially on a day like today when I can't get anything to work. But obviously, for those that aren't aware, you should be by now. Angie and myself, mainly Angie, give you a rapid fire roundup of the latest pricing flows and market moving news in agricultural markets. And no further ado, I will let you go get to it and I'll mute myself.
I appreciate it. Happy Tuesday. I hope that your evening last evening was. Did you win? I have to ask right now.
What
Like,
best newcomer at the smoking awards? Cigar.
yeah.
I know I didn't, but I did meet Ray Winston, and he was a pleasure.
Well, that is fantastic, and I am going to write the committee because I put my votes in. But anyway, what is going on today? Obviously, we're paying attention, or right now, it seems like a lot of the focus this morning seems to be, or I've heard it kind of make the rounds a couple different times, is the meeting next week amongst the Chinese leadership and whether or not that's going to generate a new round of stimulus. And I don't know about you guys, but I guess I'm ready to be heard again. Like, what is this, fourth or fifth time that we're going to Charlie Brown and Lucy this thing when it comes to getting excited about the potential for stimulus and then probably ending up disappointed with whatever they put out. But it is going to be something that we're watching. Leadership is going to gather. They're going to work to put out economic targets for next year and then potentially, kind of indicate what it is that they're going to do to help support the economy in that way. We have seen, while on the subject of China and China's government, COFCO has increased the amount of corn holding spaces or government storage for corn across the country, and a lot of folks have said that that's an indication of a very large crop, which they did have a big corn crop from what we've seen. But there are some worries starting to develop because they've been above normal temperature wise and had some above normal precipitation across the northern portions of the country there, that we could be seeing some quality issues. And so I think some of this increase in COFCO trying to get bushels moving into the pipeline is to hopefully cut some of those quality losses that you could see off at the pass. But really, point one is going to be China. We've got Biden unleashing a whole new round of trade restrictions as well. Round three, basically, of limiting what can flow into China, what kind of access to tools they have, the chip technology and the semiconductor industry. You're seeing that crack down. So point one's China. We're paying attention to what's going on there, even though none of it will give us really any answers at this point in time, but it gives us something to talk about. The other thing, we talked yesterday a bit about some of that confusion with the wheat purchasing. You saw, Egypt come out and say, hey, we'd really like some offers for wheat. And everyone was like, cool. Who's that? He doesn't even go here. Because they were saying that, like MISR is this new buying arm. And we're like, we don't know that guy. Like, what do you mean? So you have seen here recently, Egypt came out and said, hey, no, they're with us. They're
It's
kind
me.
of,
It's me.
yeah. It's just they just have a new coat on or something. I don't know, but they're backed by the government. They're really looking to get access to some offers for wheat. But we'll be watching to see if anyone really throws it out there. There's a lot of confusion right now, over what's going to happen after the first of the year with Russia's export limitations. Last year they had said 29 million metric ton, from January through June. There was included in that a portion of corn exports and barley exports, though they aren't the majority of what was included in that number, and wheat. And then this year they're saying 11 million metric ton. And so that's a pretty substantial drop, but everyone seems to think that Russia's just going to keep selling wheat into the market and it doesn't matter. So there'll be something that we watch. Ukraine has introduced some price floors as well, some minimum prices and things, but most of the traders there say it's just going to cause confusion in the short term, not really result in any sort of significant change in trade. So that's Point two in that, we're going to be watching to see kind of how the chairs line up here when it comes to physical trade, especially in wheat. Part of what's really kind of let wheat go into the gutter here for the most part is the lack of physical buying. You'll hear me say quite often the market is made up of, basically three parts: your natural buyers and your natural sellers, that's your physical trade, and then your speculators. And so to not have any sort of engagement by the physical buyer has let wheat just kind of go to new lows. So we'll see what happens. And then the last point, yesterday's usage figures, fantastic. Corn ethanol use in October was as good as expected. Soybean crush in October was phenomenal, above what traders were expecting, above what we need to see to meet the USDA targets. And so we're going to kind of continue to watch what's happening there. Soybean oil stocks were at a multi-year low as well. And so with us seeing, soybean oil export sales already at 150% of the USDA's projection, and ideas that we could see some clarification potentially here when it comes to biofuel tax credits after the first of the year. We'll be watching that and kind of, what it does, vegetable oil, and whether or not it can help breathe some life back into the soybean complex and get us back up above that $10 mark. But I think that covers it today. Not really. I mean, there's a ton of other stuff going on, but that's
That
the 3 points. We have a time limit
Well,
to
exactly,
respect.
exactly, and I did mess that up at the start, so I again apologise. And guys, just a shout out for Angie because, like me, we are the world's worst self promoters. If you are interested in grain markets, please, 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 please do check out her daily notes that she puts out. $30 a month, if that's all it costs. And look, I'm her biggest fan, obviously, but please check them out. They are insane value for money. But Angie, as always, thank you very much. Listeners, thank you for tuning in. And again, I can only apologise for the mess up at the start and the background noise, but we will see you all tomorrow.
Yes, I had already forgotten about it. So if you ever wonder how my
Oh, even
attention
better,
span
even
works,
better. Right,
we'll see you
I'm
tomorrow.
still running from the police, so I gotta
Yeah.
go. That's a
Bye.
joke. That's a joke. Right, bye,
Have
bye,
a good
everyone.
one.
See you. Bye, bye.